So it's gonna be huge.
Cool. Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. Great.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I got the drugs.
You got the drugs.
We don't.
This is our cue card.
Yeah.
So Maria, how do you want us?
Jag tänker att vi då säger vi så kommer han.
So you and I first in the
vi är här i
Canvas.
Ja, bakom oss. Så men vi säger vi är här i vad heter det nu? VR-hallen. Och vi ska ha en intervju.
So we thank you so much for taking your time to be part of our new podcast.
Perfect.
Some hours before we're gonna enjoy your performance later tonight.
Yeah, always good to meet before. Could be awkward if it wasn't, you know?
Yes.
Could be a disaster. But yes, the second time I've done the show in Norrköping, so...
I have to say before we start, when I'm nervous, my English is so bad.
I don't think
it's going to be Swinglish.
Oh, that's fine, absolutely.
Liksom, men I wave to Mia, I don't can to say the word.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is it difficult for you to learn Swedish? Do you think it's a difficult language?
It's really tough. Hopefully, what I'm hoping for is it's like doing the Rubik's Cube, and then I go
in a week you can do it.
Yeah, you know, I think at the moment I need like a serious head injury, you know, and then just kind of wake up and I can speak Russian and Swedish.
That would be cool.
Yeah, people do that, don't they? They learn the piano and stuff like that. Yeah, you can go to like a shop and say, "Oh, can I get some of this?" And then I say, "Oh, tack," and they're like, "You can speak Swedish," and I'm like, "No, I can't." You know,
that's enough.
Yeah. So it's. I thought you were saying that to me. I thought that's enough. That's the end of the podcast.
So, like we said, we know that your wife Anita Wernström Pitcher is also an artist.
Yes.
Are you exposed to a lot of art? Do you go to a lot of art shows?
Yeah. I could definitely feel the pressure when she's getting a show ready. You know, the stress of it all, and the anxiety and the nerves of it. I think also she's way more. Whereas, and I think I'm quite, you know, out there. But when I see some of her art, I'm like, wow. People say that it's the scariest thing to get up and do stand-up. So for me, what she does, I'm like, wow, total respect for her. It's very different when you're doing this. Like, say you're a musician, you can just go into your room and record something and then hopefully, but as an artist, you do want other people to come and judge you. Yeah. But they can't really judge you, you know? Like some of her performances, I think are unjudgeable. Like you can't sort of go saying stuff like, yeah, but what does that mean? Or, you know, that's the worst thing you can say to an artist. I admire the confidence to do. It gets down to like, what is art? You know, if I put a coffee cup there and I go, that's art, that's my Swedish art, you sort of can't be judged on it because you believe that that's art, you know? I've seen some mad shit as well, you know?
What do you consider to be mad shit?
Just naked people, like no penetration or anything, but just together pushing each other.
On the way to penetration.
No. No, they were just like, should we say, squashed against each other. I love seeing mad stuff. And I really laugh when people, you know, there was that story where they cleared rubbish bags at the Tate Britain and it was part of the Turner Prize.
Okay.
Like the cleaner came in and just grabbed it and threw it away, and the artist was like, "That's mine," you know. That's mine. So I don't see her art until it's there. Whereas I can try a joke out on her, you know, and she'll go, "No, that's ridiculous," you know. When I started doing comedy, I was so wide thinking. I thought you could joke about anything. Then I came to Sverige, and it's just narrowed in. There is jokes that I'll do tonight that will never work outside Sweden.
Yeah,
I'm kind of all right with that. I'm okay being the Coldplay of comedy. You know, all these things you don't have a plan for, and I think that is almost the best creativity is. It's like when you organise a party and everyone waits for like 6 weeks. The party's always shit. But if you say, hey, tonight we're just going to do this. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
So I've got very easy to digest jokes, and then I try and go past a little bit more. Yeah.
And lowbrow art. Are you familiar with the term lowbrow
No,
art?
please tell me.
It's art that's mixing a lot of dark themes
with
with humor, a sense of humor.
Yeah.
So that's like us as a duo as well.
English exhibitions and performances that I saw, you know, like even if it was just students, they were more progressive and more daring and risky than I think Swedish art.
Yes, I think
Is that
so
okay
too.
to say?
Yes. So just being a little darker, or even if you use more depth in your work, then you're dark. And weird and.
I've seen comedians get up and they talk about very, very sensitive stuff, and then they're surprised that they don't get the response, right? And I think. I like that you're trying to push boundaries anyway.
We try to poke fun at the art world here in Sweden. Yeah. Like you make fun of Swedes almost. Yeah. So we have some props.
Yeah.
Maybe you're familiar with this.
These puppies, salta pinnar.
Yes, they're always there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Great. Yeah, I think I've had a lot of conversations where I've had a mouthful of salta pinnar, and then you're like, no, I can't stop these, like that. I think it's almost like the modern day pipe, you know? Like you're just sitting there going,
it's intellectual.
Yes.
But please, it's dry. Trip with one of those in your mouth.
Gone. What a way to
just
go.
Just don't do that. Yes, exactly.
That's it.
So this is to us the symbol of the Swedish art world. It's just dry and stiff. Okay.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What do you think it represents?
A bottle of champagne, wine. You don't drink alcohol?
No. Sometimes. She not.
I don't drink either.
Okay.
I find it, and that's a weird thing to do in comedy. Like, come on, go to the bar. And you go to the bar, and I go, I think they're doing tea, and people are so disappointed.
Yeah, that's something we discover all the time, that people get disappointed. We get questioned, like, why don't you drink?
Why are you religious?
Yeah, they want some darkness.
Or on a diet.
I find with the exhibitions, if I've ever been to one in Sweden, I find it's rich people. Do you think everybody's on the verge of their salted pinnar going?
Exactly.
Breaking, you know?
Yeah. And just trash everything.
Yeah. I took my friends to one at Camden Art Centre. They still talk about that night because it was, the stuff was just like, it was just mad shit. It was amazing. And I like that. And I do think the ones I've seen in Stockholm, and I don't think I'm saying anything wrong here, I think they're very protective of offending. And I think the things they select are very stereotypical.
Old school.
Yeah.
A bill.
A bill, yes.
Because that is the reality.
Yes.
We do have bills to pay.
And this.
Yeah.
Duct tape.
Okay.
It's not kinky though.
No. Kinky. When you wrap stuff, paintings.
Yes. I've been there,
This.
It's a lot. So
this is what an artist is.
Yeah.
So
plastic and
bubble wrap, tape,
medicine.
I would
fear of dying.
Fear of dying.
But maybe this goes here too. I think this is a classic.
Everyone is.
But I do think that it kind of shows a mixture of real life.
A lot?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing stand-up now for I'd probably say 17, 18 years, maybe full time, and on and off really. And I've been touring for about 9-10 years. And I think as a comic, I think live is where it's at. You know, you have to be doing shows. You can't do anything else. I find it hard to switch off though.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what is your favorite part of the process? Is it writing or performing or?
Good question. I don't know really. I would say before this tour, I would say it was the performing, 100%, because I really don't like the writing. And then I've really, really enjoyed the writing this time. just creating this show and trying to. This show was supposed to be very serious. I don't know how that feels for you when you do an exhibition or you do a performance or you produce a work. People see it, and then there's this moment when you just sit down on your own, and you're like, "Oh God, I've done it. I've done everything now. That's it." And you have to move on. I feel that after every show. After every show, I'm like, "God, got to move on." It's hard enough living in the present and not worrying about what's happening ahead.
Yes.
Freaks you out.
Yes.
Especially what we do.
Yes.
Now I have to ask, because we have this. Are you hypochondriac?
Hypochondriac.
Am I hypochondriac?
Hypochondriac.
I would say I'm not,
So you don't think you're going to die every day?
Weird question.
No, I do. As I get older, I think.
Is this it?
Yeah, it could just go. Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Don't put ideas in his brain now.
A stroke.
If you listen to the final sad podcast, 4 hours after this. No. I do understand when, as a touring person, the loneliness of it all. And I can understand why people would turn to drugs, and just go just live the rock and roll lifestyle. I can't do that. I do go for a cup of tea. That's all I can do, or else I can't go the other way.
Did you have a question, Maria?
I think, if I'm absolutely honest, I can be a little bit guilty of thinking about myself. About the project that I've got. Which I think if you're two artists, say you've got a project, you're probably going to talk about your project.
Yeah. Yes, all
do you know
the
what I mean?
time.
So it can be a bit like that. But hopefully I'm really supportive. But it's very difficult to, I would say, make money in the art world.
Oh yeah.
If you are doing different stuff. Was that Fabriken?
Fabriken. I like how we said it.
And their idea was just to have this kind of room of, there was no performance. At 12 o'clock you can see, someone eat reindeer. And then 2 o'clock we've got another performance. It was none of that. It was just they were all on for the whole 8 hours. It was like, you didn't know where to look. It was really disorganized chaos. And I liked it.
Like a madhouse.
Yes,
Madhouse.
exactly that. Yeah. That was where I saw the nude ladies. And I generally did not know how to react. Not because of the nudity, but how I should I didn't know how to react.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether I should be going, yes, very good, and really looking.
Bravo!
Yeah. Or
Good
just
rubbing.
kind of not, and then going, oh, he doesn't want to look at us,
Yeah.
My wife's involved, so I don't want them saying, yeah, can you have a word? Yeah.
He's a creep.
Can you have a word with your husband? He was really staring.
Exactly.
And he thought taking off his trousers was a good thing too, so. But I don't see that as being controversial as such. But I found it a little bit uncomfortable. I didn't know what actually to do.
What should one do? What is?
Well, they said don't take out your camera again. No, they don't. No. I don't know.
Yes.
Do your thing and try so hard to not be a copy of something that you like. It's good to have people that you admire, and it's good that you can look at things. I always think the best comedy comes from yourself.
True to yourself.
And comedy it's like an exaggerated form of who you are. I'm not a very exciting person per se at all, but I when I get on stage, I try to be a bit more. It'd be really shit if it was just me being myself. People would be going, "This is dull." I would say just try and be as original as you can, original to yourself. Don't give up. Yeah, I mean, no, I sort of, after a few years of doing this now, and I've got some pretty high profile comedian friends, and then after a while I think you almost lose the ambition. I had no plan to come to Sweden and get interviewed here in a room and they get pinna stickers out, or whatever they're called, Salta pinna, and then offer me drugs and say, what if you die after the end of this? There was no plan to this. So everything that happens, it just happens. When you start out, you go, I want a TV series, I want to be a host of something, I want to do this. But then after a while, that kind of goes away. Oh no. No, it does, because you just go, shit, it's a lot of work. If it happens, it happens. Just continue to do what you do. Don't be looking at other people. Shit, look at them, why are they getting this? But what do you think of like art schools here? Have you been to an art school?
No, we're self-taught.
Yeah.
And that's also a good thing in the art world.
No, I understand that. At the end, it's, do they kind of teach the art out of you, Whereas it's like with comedy, sometimes they do comedy classes and they tell you how to be funny, and I'm not so sure that's a good thing. Those are the ones people give up after like 2 shows, and I'm always amazed at that, because after about 3 or 4 you start going, I'm good, man, I'm really good, I'm good, I'm gonna have a chat show, and then it takes you years, you're just not ready. Like maybe 3 minutes of material. And even now, I'm just getting away with it. I come off stage and go, well, I survived, I didn't kill myself like you suggested I should.
Are you nervous now? Like, it's a few hours before the show? No,
I make changes to the show. I'm sounding like I'm Metallica or something. I make some changes. There is a structure to it, I hope, in there somewhere. Yeah, it's going to be good. I did some acting once in a thing called Journey Home, which a very limited amount of people have watched. It was just a university film. I think it had the worst acting ever seen by me. Not by me, by a human actually. I had to show emotion. I had to look out a window at one stage, and I did not know how to act. I still don't know how to act. And I'm looking out the window, and then I do this. Honestly, I go, oh, like this. And the director was like, cut, brilliant, great. And I was like, I walked in, I wanted this in this show actually. I wanted to show the film footage of it. But I walk into a room and I'm like, yeah, Granddad, he used to sit there. We used to have a fire, where the fucking fire was. It was just nostalgia. And then I remember as a 4-year-old looking out the window, and then he would shout to me, go to bed, son. And I'd go, okay, I'm gonna go.
It's done.
Yeah.
We're done? We're happy?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh my God, that was
one take wonder.
Thank you so much.
One take wonder. There we go.
Thank you
really.
So much.
I hope that was fun.
Oh, it was
nice to meet you, man.
Fun.
You too.
And